Da-da-da-da, rub-a-dub-dub, hey Jew in the tub, ha ha ha. Oh, hey folks, what are you guys looking at? I'm here getting ready for a very special event. Why am I in the bathtub? Well, it is because we are getting ready for the giving of the Torah. That's right, the giving of the Torah at Mount Sinai. What does that have to do with bathtubs? Well, you see, it all started that Moshe, our leader, went up on Mount Sinai and he asked God, and God told him, "You saw how I carried you on eagle's wings out of Egypt." And the Jewish people were saying, "Huh? What eagle's wings?" Well, Rashi explains that God took the Jewish people so quickly out of Egypt, they traveled great distances very quickly. They were scattered all over the land of Goshen, and God swooped them up and brought them instantly to the right place to leave, as if they were flying on eagle's wings. And God protected them, just like an eagle protects its babies by putting its babies on its back, so that hunters, if they shoot arrows, it'll hit the eagle. So too Hashem put a cloud in between us and the Egyptians, so all their arrows hit the cloud and not the Jewish people. Now, Hashem says, you have a special offer. Be my treasured nation, a priestly kingdom, and a unique people. All you have to do is accept the Torah. And the Jewish people accepted. They said, Na'aseh, we will do. And later on they said, Na'aseh v'nishma, we will do and we will listen. First they said we will do, and later on they said we will listen. That's pretty amazing. I mean, you can't do something if you didn't listen and you don't know what it is. But the Jewish people trusted Hashem so much, they didn't even ask to read the fine print and to know what it was they were getting themselves in for. They just trusted Hashem. And Hashem was very, very proud of them. The Midrash says that 2 malachim came down for every single Jew and gave each Jew a crown, one for Na'aseh and one for Nishma. Now Hashem actually told Moshe why he was going to make a very great revelation. A revelation means when you show people something. Well, Hashem was going to show the people something very great, something amazing. He was going to make a big splash in the world. No, not jump into the tub. Hashem was going to come down on a mountain called Har Sinai. Here's a picture from my old scrapbook. And Hashem was going to come down with lightning, thunder, clouds and fire, and make beautiful flowers and daisies and daffodils grow in the desert. Why? Why was Hashem going to do all of this? Well, Hashem tells Moshe, Gam becha ya'aminu le'olam. The Jews will believe in you forever. Because when all the Jews, there were millions of Jews there, see this great revelation of Hashem, they will say, whoa, Moshe's words are true. He's telling the truth about what Hashem has commanded us. We hear it from Hashem. And everybody will tell the story for all generations and believe in the Torah that Moshe gave us. But where does the bathtub come in? Well, of course, the Jews had to prepare for 3 days. You think you're just going to show up and see this amazing revelation? I mean, come on, guys. You wouldn't even go to the Super Bowl without preparation, you know. So, for the biggest event in the history of mankind, Hashem revealing himself at Har Sinai, the Jews had to prepare. And, well, okay, it wasn't really a bathtub, but there were 3 preparations the Jews had to do over 3 days. One preparation was, splash, they had to go to the mikveh, dip themselves in holy water called a mikveh. A mikveh means a collection of waters that are natural from the rain or from natural springs that are not inside of a bathtub. So a bathtub is not actually a kosher mikveh. Sorry, it's just for the silly video, but not really. And they had to wash their clothes. So 3 preparations. Mikveh, washing clothes, and husband and wives, if they were married, were not allowed to have contact for 3 days. These were 3 preparations. And after those 3 days, the Jewish people woke up in the morning and wow! It was a tremendous loud sounds. There was thunder. There was heavy clouds on the mountain. They heard a sound of a shofar. And the shofar sound actually was getting louder and louder. Louder and louder, the shofar sound was blasting. When a person blows a shofar, it gets lower and lower because a person gets out of breath. But when Hashem blows the shofar, it never ends. It was getting louder and louder and louder. And everyone trembled. And we stood underneath the mountain. According to the Midrash, Hashem picked up the mountain over their heads like a wedding canopy. And Hashem came down on the mountain in a fire. And the mountain trembled and the shofar continued blasting. And everyone heard Hashem speak to Moshe. It was awesome. And then Hashem told Moshe, go back down and warn the people. Warn the Kohanim, who are at that time were the firstborns actually, which is a subject we'll get into later, to go and tell all the people not to come up on the mountain. They made a gate around the mountain, and no Jew, even a Kohen, was allowed to go up on that mountain. Moshe went all the way to the top, and Aaron and Yehoshua and the Zekanim accompanied him part of the way, but after a certain point they had to stop, and only Moshe went up to the top, and everyone heard Hashem speaking to him with all those amazing revelations. What? That's it? What are you looking at me like that for? I mean, that's the whole story. That's chapter 19, Perek Yud Tet. You want to know what Hashem said? Well, you have to wait for Perek Chav. That's chapter 20. Oh, you mean the silly story? That's what you guys are waiting for? Well, I just told you the silly story in the bathtub. Perek Yud Tet, that's chapter 19, is chapter TuB. What does chapter TuB have to do with 19? Well, I'll tell you guys. It's our secret code. Let me tell you how it works. You see, the T has a hidden 1 inside, and the B, lowercase b, actually is an upside down 9. See, you take the 9 and you flip it upside down and you get a B. So chapter TuB is really the secret code for chapter 19. That's right, and that's why I came today dressed up in my nice bathtub costume to teach you about chapter TuB, chapter 19. Of course, because this is not a kosher mikvah, and I can't dip in the tub to get ready for Har Sinai, we had to dip in a real mikvah, not a tub, and wash the clothes before getting the Torah at Har Sinai. Thank you very much for watching. Can you pass the shampoo, please? Oh wait, I have no hair, I'm a stick figure.